The Flames just robbed the NHL. We have some breaking news as we have a huge signing to announce. Matt Coronato has signed a massive extension with the Calgary Flames that many are calling a steal and a win-win for the team and player. Before we get into the details, I want to welcome you to Flames Digest. I'm Mark Griffith. If you're new around here and you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around your Calgary Flames. We would love to welcome you to the Flames Digest family. Let's hop straight in. This is exciting as the Bison Stays. Yes, Matty Coronato has officially signed his next deal with the Calgary Flames, and Flames fans are ecstatic. Conroy is already cooking. All it took was one nice weekend of weather, and the summer is truly here. Let's get into it. Here is the announcement. So the Flames tweeted it themselves. There's no speculation to go on this one. The Bison is signed. Matt Coronato has inked a 7-year extension with an AAV of $6.5 million. What a deal. It has great term, way more than anyone expected, and a great price as well at $6.5 million. It's reasonable for the stats that Coronato has put up, but this could end up being a really good contract down the line. It means we'll still have loads of cap space to pay our other players like Wolfie and Perek down the road as well, but this is just a phenomenal deal. I don't think anyone is going to be upset about this, and this is honestly a steal. The Flames absolutely robbed the NHL in the way they are handling their salary cap and their youngsters. This is absolutely perfect. If we get into the NHL contract projections here, he was projected to not get this kind of contract. So, model didn't see the term coming, but was spot on with the AAV. Great for Coronato to get some long-term security. It is great for him. He's got that contract locked up. He's going to be getting paid for a while, and it's honestly a very reasonable price. So the projections themselves had it more at around a 4-year deal is what was expected. So kind of more of a bridge deal type thing, which is kind of what you expect when it comes to Americans playing in Calgary. I think a lot of the people who are doubting if Americans want to be in Calgary, a lot of them will be shutting up a little bit more. I know both Johnny and Tkachuk signed here after their ELCs, but still, this is a great sign for the future. And it's so true. The price was spot on, the money-wise, which I think is great. Any more than that, I would have been slightly concerned, inching towards, 7 or more. But, I mean, come on. 7 years, this is just fantastic to see. A great quote here from Flames general manager Craig Conroy. The con ploy in full effect. Let this man cook. Matt wants to be here long-term, and that says a lot about him and where this is kind of going moving forward. So it's great for Coronato, it's great for the team, and I think what Conroy's hinting at here is it's great moving forward, seeing that a lot of these youngsters want to be here. The culture has been built. Anyone that still thinks last season was a complete L because we lost our first-round pick and didn't make the playoffs, the culture has been set. We are setting up for greatness here in Cowtown. You'll love to see it. Another thing here, another way this is a win-win, Pat Steinberg pointed out. So as they discussed on Flames Talk, the team was open to a long-term extension with Coronato, likely if the cap number started with a 6. There you go. Coronato Camp gets $45.5 million after just one full season. Team gets a core player locked up at a nice number. Win for both sides. Once again, this is a huge win no matter which way you're looking at it. You just love to see it. Another way we can put it is here from Sean O'Leary from The Score. So Flames signed Coronato to 7-year, $45.5 million extension. Calgary Flames have signed forward Matt Coronato to a 7-year contract worth $6.5 million per season, the team announced. Again, I mean, I've said that number how many times now? It's just so great to see. What a contract. Coronato was scheduled for restricted free agency this summer upon the expiration of his entry-level contract. He broke out with 24 goals and 47 points this season, which again, it's not eye-popping numbers per se, but for someone who started the year in the NHL and then got demoted to the AHL is absolutely ridiculous. The fact to think that he played games with the Wranglers this season is honestly mind-boggling, but we all remember that game early on in the season in Montreal. That was kind of Coronato's really coming into the NHL moment when he scored that beautiful OT goal. He also got the tying goal in that game. Just phenomenal game from him, and he just remained an NHLer from that point and will remain as an NHLer from that point. What an exceptional player. But as we see here, 24 goals, 47 points. If we get more into the stats, we can dive a little bit deeper here. So 77 games, 24 goals, 23 assists. Not too bad at all. We know he has a wicked shot. He took 180 of them this season. Wow. He was a +6 on a Calgary team that overachieved, but obviously had a minus goal differential in total. So the Flames were good when he was on the ice, and only at 17.5 minutes per ice time, which I mean is pretty good. It makes sense for a forward, but I think that number will increase next year for sure. He's still only 22 years old, so inking a youngster is fantastic. Corsi forward percentage above 50% is phenomenal, and you know what? His expected plus minus was -6. He was a +6. Just fantastic to see him play so well this season and get the contract he deserved. Just fantastic news for both him and the Flames. It's funny because I was looking at, some of those contract projections that some of you guys were putting in the comments. This is from a couple videos ago now, but Michael Shanahan here, he said Coronato 7 by 8. I'm assuming that means $7 million by 8 years. So this contract is 1 year less and $500,000 less. So obviously you saw a huge extension coming. This one I think might be a little bit better for both parties, depending on what they want to do with the rest of the cap as far as the team goes, and obviously what Coronato wants to do once his term is over here in Calgary. But again, I mean, just fantastic. What a contract. Some early kind of, reactions to it had to go, of course, over to the Reddit. This one here from Smell11, they said, love it. Hopefully this calms down the talk of Americans not liking Calgary. We've spoken about it already in this video, but it's true. After the Adam Fox situation, Noah Hannafin, obviously what happened with Matthew Tkachuk, Johnny Gaudreau, which those two both aren't as harsh as the Adam Fox and Hannafin situation. Hopefully this will calm it down a little bit, and people will be less skeptical about Dustin Wolf as well, since he's also American. It seems like Calgary is a great place to be no matter what country you're from for hockey, and it's just so amazing. Again, it's that culture, and it's so nice to see Coronato here long-term as a man from the United States. Some more. So Wildly Intangible said, amazing contract, not going to lie. Coronato keeps getting better, and he really does. And I'm talking about his entire game here. Not just his production, not just his goal scoring. He just seems like a more complete player the more the season went on. Obviously, getting some mentoring from mostly Backlund and Coleman, playing on a line with them. Fantastic for him. The music guy said, what a steal. This will go down as one of the best contracts in the league, if not hockey history. I mean, we can hope that will be the case. I mean, that might be taking it a little far, but early reactions, obviously everything's positive, so you can't blame the guy there. DH Hobby said, Matt Coronato, baby. And I mean, you can't put it any better than that, can ya? Some more here. Tristan said, holy, this has potential to age like fine wine. Well done, General Manager Craig Conroy. What a contract from both sides. Practical Adeptness said huge W. We got Back Checklin saying, holy, amazing news and tidy work by Conroy. Honestly, I had doubts whether he wanted to sign here or not. Happy to be wrong. And yes, we are all happy that you are wrong on this one. No doubt Coronato was staying in town. Whoa, awesome. And Conroy, we trust. A couple more comments there. It's just so true. I actually had the pleasure of meeting Coronato at the Lazy Loaf Kettle and Cafe a couple summers ago, and it's just great that he'll be staying here. Maybe I'll run into him more there. What an absolute phenomenal guy. So happy to have him here. The Flames with a steal robbed the NHL. Now let's wrap up this video with the comment of the day. It's actually, I guess, the second comment of the day, as there was a video earlier today, but hey, we got no problem with that. A great one here from Seamus from the video this morning said, Raz and a second or a first rounder for Gabe Vilardi and Mason Appleton. Now that would be quite the trade swinging with the Jets. Interesting to see if they win their Game 7 in the first round. I don't know what they're going to do if they lose, but they might be willing to do something like this, and I think this would be a great trade for Calgary. Obviously, I'd prefer not to give up a first rounder, but for Vilardi, that's a player you want. Appleton, a good other piece. It could happen. Another great proposal there. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe like you saw here today, and have a wonderful rest of your day.